When you first arrived at the Storm, you're the fullback. What was it like, that experience, working with arguably one of the greatest number ones we've ever seen, and Billy Slater, and having him watch your every move?
Yeah, just to rub shoulders with that training, it was something to behold. You know, just the way he went about his business. Everyone obviously watches him in the games and think, oh, how does he throw that pass, or how does he do that left foot step? But he's always not premeditated, but he knows. He watches so much video on players and knows their every move and knows, oh, he's going to do this, I'll do that, you know. So he's always one step ahead. And I think for me, he just kind of just went to my strengths, you know. And once he got injured, and you know, someone like getting injured, a season injury, and he's been out for almost 18 months. He could have just kicked the cans and just sat there and just let the team do his thing, you know. But for me, he was always coming in after games and showing me clips on what he thinks I should be doing here, and showing me, oh, this is good, keep this up. Defensively doing these little things, and I think he was probably the first fullback to be able to get in the line, close to the line, and create that extra number, you know. And a lot of teams are doing it now, and it's obviously a very effective idea, and he's obviously changed the game for fullbacks, you know. And now he's working with Reece Walsh, which is scary for everyone around the game.
There are a lot of similarities between you and Billy, and especially when he first came down. Like, he was a strong-willed kid from up north, a bit rough around the edges. Did you have a connection with Billy, even though, do you feel like he already knew who you were and what potential that you had? Oh,
I just think Bill probably seen how much hard work I wanted to put in, and I think at times I showed glimpses of passes and some of the things that I was able to create at training, and he kind of saw that, and I think that's why we probably got along so well. 2016,
you're into your first grand final. Massive NRL moment for you, up against the Sharks and a pretty handy fullback in Ben Barber. What was that experience like? How was that day? And what do you wish was different, apart from the result?
I just think, and Bill like nailed on the head, when you're playing big games and big finals, you've got to start well. And we didn't start well. I think we're down 10-0 at half-time. And we ended up losing by 4 points, you know. So, and we played a good second half. If we played like that in the first half, we could have won, you know. Who would have known? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I remember them doing a little scrum play and Ben Barber scoring off the scrum of Paul Gallen. Well-run play, and yeah, just looking at it, just going, I wish I did more video, or it was like obviously they seen something that we didn't see, you know. So for me, I just think that was something that I remember clear as day as my first ever grand final experience. Don't want to feel like that again, and I was lucky enough to win one in 2017, but I think it's because we started well, you know.
Those big games come down to the big moments, right? And even the last few moments of that game, and everyone was watching it, and if Chambers finds Cronk on the inside, or if that last pass goes through the hands and finds where it was supposed to go, like, it's a very different story. Everyone was like, oh, they're going to win. Like, what? Where were you when those last few moments were going down?
I probably should have been down the middle supporting. To be honest.
Yeah, where were you?
Where was I? I was probably at the background going, go Will, hit Coops. But in saying that too, like in a normal game, 9 times out of 10 Will would hit Coops, you know, but because it's a grand final and it's so loud, Coops would have been screaming for sure, you know, and it's because it's obviously it was only like 10 people of Melbourne Storm there and 50,000
It was
Cronulla.
All Cronulla.
It was. I remember
the whole Shire was there.
I remember when I was there, I was just going, oh my God, is there any Storm in here?
No.
It wasn't meant to be, and then obviously next year I got my opportunity and we won, so.
2017, a watershed year for you, right? So you're making the switch from fullback to 5'8".
Yep.
Big transition in the context of your career. Now you're part of this world-class spine. You've got Slater, Cam Smith, Cooper Cronk, Cameron Munster. That has to be the best, hands down.
I wouldn't say that, but...
You don't think? What would it feel like to be in the middle of all that?
Oh, I felt like I'm very lucky to be in that spine. I think you could put anyone there and you win a comp. Looking at those three, I was my first year playing 5'8" with a big NRL team, so... I think if you pick an 18-year-old rookie, I think they win regardless, you know, hands down, just the way they played, so... Well,
who helped you become the 5'8"?
Oh, well, me, Coops and Slutsy wanted to change the game a little bit, and obviously Matty Johns had an idea. So we went down to his house in Corduroy, beautiful home. Must be doing it tough. But we went over to the park and had some drills that he wanted to do, and had some shapes that he wanted to obviously implement into the game, and I just remember I was so nervous in that first couple of training sessions I was running with Matty, obviously with Bill and them. I didn't want to pass the ball that bad and that, and I remember just throwing 2 or 3 balls to their feet. And I remember Matty going, far out, where did they get this bloke from? You know, who can't even pass a ball? But, yeah, look, obviously had to work on that a little bit. I was more of a runner. But for us, it was just Coop's ball play on the ball up, and he had Bill, obviously, to the right. That was his strength, 3-on-2 on the right, and I was left-hand carry, so I was kind of playing a fullback role, really, when you looked at it, back to our left. So he was kind of swinging, and it worked well for us that year.
But there was a great sense of chemistry and timing to it all too. It all just looked really slick.
We had to be. I had to work a lot better and a lot harder with those guys. You know, Smithy, building combinations, they were always grabbing me and trying to do stuff after training, and that just probably showed how much we needed to gel, and I was very confident that year knowing that no one could stop us.
To only drop 2 games all year, you must have felt invincible.
Yeah, we did. I felt good. One of them was a double header.
Yeah.
It was like a big scoreline. It was like 34-32. Yeah, it was massive.
At the end of the day, you're wearing the premiership ring. You're a premiership winner. What did that change for you?
Yeah, look, I was just so excited to be able to say I'm a premiership winner. I think that year I played 1 game for Queensland, and then got picked in the Australian team. But if it wasn't for the spine that I was playing with, I don't think I would have got picked, you know.
Did you take the ring back to Rocky?
Nah, I kept it in me safe just in case it got stolen.
Don't trust anyone. Don't trust anyone you grew up with?
No, not at all.
Can't take it back to the old hood.
You can't even trust mum and dad.
In the moment, that 2017 grand final, that's the last game you play with Cooper Cronk. Did you realise it at the time?
We had a meeting that year around June, July, around Origin time, and he came out and said obviously he was moving to Sydney for his partner Tara, and we were like, oh yeah, we're not too sure if he's going to play or what was he going to, whose team he was going to go to, and I'm pretty sure we thought it was going to like a Tigers or a Bulldogs, like a team to build or something like that. And yeah, he went to the Roosters, and yeah, the rest is history. He played him in the grand final, and then he had the last laugh, unfortunately. That
2018 season was incredible. That decider, I mean, of course it would work out in rugby league fate that Cooper's front and centre for the Roosters. They meet the Melbourne Storm at the rugby league's biggest day, up against all his old mates. There's a lot of water under the bridge between everyone, and he's there with a busted shoulder. Like, it couldn't have been set up any better. How did you approach the day? Oh,
I think for me personally, I think there was so much speculation about him and about his shoulder. Is he playing, is he not?
Did you know? Had you texted him? Had you spoken to him?
No, we didn't speak to him. I think they obviously had a game plan on trying to make us all put our eggs in one basket and put all our energy in the Coops, and it worked.
Was he a distraction? Did you?
I felt like he was a distraction for me, because obviously I'm going up against him. I'm trying to figure out who's playing that position, and saying that we didn't deserve to win. Like, they were red hot on that night, and they did everything they wanted to do, and they started well, and like I spoke about before. I
can see you're a sore loser, and that's what makes you... No, it's what makes you such a good competitor, and it's not a bad thing, but the headline's read, and you're sorry to bring it up, but...
No, bring it up.
Munster's NRL Grand Final shocker. Cam Munster saves his worst for last. Where was your head at through that game?
It wasn't there.
The 2 sin bins, like, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I know.
What are you not thinking? Did you just overcook it?
I think for me, going on the first one, I think we threw the ball, or someone knocked it on, and Jake Friend picked it up, and he was going hard, and I was not catching him, but I was chasing, and then Foxy jumped on top of him and then fell off him, slipped off, and I thought he's not tackled, so I've gone in again, and I've held it down too long, and yeah, I got sent for 10, which was probably a crucial part of the game where we didn't start well and we were already down, I think 6 to 8 to maybe even 10 points, and yeah, and then at half time got out there and they were all over us, they were winning. Obviously, Joseph Manu carried the ball, and the game was done and dusted. And
and now Munster lashing out.
Hang on, I don't like it. It's on report. There you go, the bin.
If there was one moment I could have back, it'd be that. I could cop the first sin bin because I was trying to help the team. Second one's, it still eats me to this day. But I like to get in there and obviously play well and hard. But for that moment to lash out, I didn't touch him, but the movement, the idea in my head.
Just a split decision.
Split decision, brain fart, and if I had it again, still kills me, still eats me. To have that moment in a big game like that, I'd cop a high tackle or something like that, you know, something that's not fair in the game, but something a lot less malice, you know.
Yeah. Rep footy reveals character, and it's been said that at Origin, you're building this king-like legacy.
Here's Munster making a big run. 20 metres out, 10 metres out, floats the ball away for Holmes, and he goes in. Holmes is in for 3.
But there's something different about you when you're playing for Queensland. It's like, how do you find yourself in the right moment at the right time, exactly when the Blues don't want you to be there?
Oh, to be honest, Yvonne, I think I just get lucky. I
don't think so. I think it's deliberate.
I think I get lucky, to be honest. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I love back against the wall, you know, that mentality, those underdog tag, and I get lucky. I do get lucky.
Who's the best Origin player you've ever seen?
Oh, I think JT's there. Just watching Game 2 in 2017, he had a bung shoulder and kicked the winning goal for them to be able to go to the decider in Queensland, and I was lucky enough to play that game with the big three, and I just remember him, how much pain he was in after the game, and just showed how much he loved Queensland.
There was a time where we thought you may have been headed home for a bit of a change of scenery. The Dolphins thought it was a done deal.
Yeah, it was a done, yeah.
Was it?
For me, the contract was that good that I don't think I'll ever earn that in my lifetime again, you know, in 10 years or even in another lifetime, you know. So for me, that was trying to set my family up. But I wanted to obviously see my time out with Craig and try and talk to him. I'd spoken to him about it and he wanted me to stay. And the last person I rang was Mum. She was like, you know you want to be a one-club player. You told me that, and now you've got the opportunity to do that. Why are you humming and hawing? I was like, oh, because of the money. She goes, money's not everything. You got to be happy. And you go home back to Queensland and playing footy, are you going to be happy? Why don't you just stay down in Melbourne and have your family there? And if you want to come back home after footy, you can. So I think that was something that really hit home, was Mum pushing me in that thing. And like you know, Yvonne, mums know best. Mums always know the best, always with the sage advice. Mm-hmm.
You've been with Bellamy now, what, for the last decade? This will be your last...
It's a long 10 years with Yvonne.
Well, I can
My
imagine.
footy career's gone quick, but being with him the last 10 years, Jesus Christ.
But this is the last one. This is the last season with him.
This will do me. He said that, what, the last 4 years?
Do you think?
Oh, I'll try my best to try and get him one more year.
You've had such an incredible journey. It's been so fun to watch. I know you've still got plenty to offer. Thank you so much. Please never change.
Oh, I'll try my best, everyone. I've got to change sometimes.